Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm Senior Judge Carolyn Freeman. I'm covering the IA docket this morning. State, would you identify yourself for the record?
Coffee Kennedy Swanson on behalf of the Office of the State Attorney.
And defense, would you identify yourself?
Yes, Your Honor. Brian Wynn with the Office of the Public Defender.
Okay, I did go through the paperwork in relation to this matter. I had a couple questions on some of them. But if there's a question that you have or a concern about probable cause, you need to raise that question and let me know, all right?
Okay.
And Your Honor, I believe we stipulated to, I think, one case on a lesser included.
Okay, well, when we get to that, just let me know which one it is.
Okay.
Literally keep my hands to my side.
Good morning, sir. Would you tell me your name, please?
Christopher Robert Cooper,
Mr. Cooper. And your date of birth, Mr. Cooper?
October 13th, 1986.
Mr. Cooper, I've got you for some new charges, it looks like. Well, where is he? On the last page of this list? I did. Okay, so he's in the reset list. All the way back toward the end. Ah, there he is. Mr. Cooper, in regard to your particular case, they say that you are a reset, that Judge Kirkland was supposed to see you yesterday. and
Yes,
was
there
a
seems to have
medical
been some
reason.
issue. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a medical reason why they couldn't see you yesterday. So
Okay.
you've been rolled over till today.
Okay.
In relation to this particular situation.
Sure.
I've got that you are
The judge who's talking to me. I'm not
a
talking to you.
burglary of an occupied dwelling, a battery, and a criminal mischief. These events all occurred on or about, looks like June 19th at a property, the Circle K.
Circle
UK
K? I wasn't
no,
even
wait,
there.
Wait. UK Circle, it's an apartment complex, okay?
Wasn't there either.
Well, they say you were.
They
And
say I was.
Yeah, so this isn't the time to tell me you're not guilty.
I'm not
The
saying
state has
that.
to do some investigation and see whether you were or not. I'm just telling you
Well,
what I've
obviously.
got in front of me.
Obviously.
Okay?
I'm just telling you I wasn't there. I'm
Okay.
not saying I was guilty or not. I'm just saying I wasn't there.
Okay. In relation to this particular matter, so there's 3 charges. On the burglary of the occupied dwelling, since you weren't there, you don't need to go back there for anything, I assume?
No, absolutely not. I was never even there.
Okay. So bond on that one is $5,000 and don't return to that address or those apartments. Bond on the battery is $100 and the criminal mischief is $100.
All right.
State, anything else that you want in relation to this?
No weapons, no firearms because of the battery, Your
No.
Honor.
Okay. Did you want a lawyer to assist you with all of this, Mr. Cooper?
Yes, please.
Okay, did one get appointed yesterday?
I have a
No,
personal
Your
lawyer,
Who's your personal lawyer?
Ron Goldstein.
Have you hired him already for this
I mean, he's
case?
represented me before.
Okay. So you want me to just let you work out something with Mr. Goldstein, or you want me to
If you can get a
appoint
hold of him, I don't have my cell phone.
Okay, I can't call him for you.
Then we'll just
sorry.
use the public defender because this is ridiculous.
Okay. All right. Then in relation to this particular matter, I don't have an affidavit from you. Do you have any income while you're in jail?
Yeah, I receive military benefits and I own a company. My
Okay.
company's losing millions of dollars right now because of this.
Okay. In relation to the military benefits and the company that you own, how much income do you have on a monthly basis?
About 12 million a month.
Okay. Then you don't qualify for me to appoint the public defender, but because you haven't hired Mr. Goldstein yet,
I can represent myself. I'm a lawyer.
okay. So in relation to that, then if you want to represent yourself, that's fine. I'll set you for determination of counsel in 30 days if you're still incarcerated.
All right,
Okay?
sounds great.
All right then. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. Well, excuse me, I'm sorry, and thank you for your time.
All right.
Your Honor, David Harvey refused.
Mr. Harvey refused. Mr. Harvey is on the felony docket. In regard to Mr. Harvey, there did appear to be probable cause in relation to that one. So, he just refused, or he didn't?
He refused to get up.
All right. So, let's roll him till tomorrow and see if he wants to come visit us. Well, tomorrow's Saturday. Let's roll him till Monday. See if he wants to come visit us at that point. On the possession of the unauthorized driver's license, actually it was somebody else's driver's license, we'll leave the bond at 5,000 and the other two were 100 each. Just in case he changes his mind and wants to try to bond out. All right. Hi, name please?
Hello, Michael Madison,
Mr. Madison, good morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
7763.
Okay, Mr. Madison, let me see what I've got for you. Mr. Madison, I've got a failure to report warrant for you. Looks like the warrant was signed. Around June 19th of 2019.
Yes, and
Okay?
I reported on the 20th and was arrested. That's where I was arrested at.
Okay, hang on a second. First off, do you want a lawyer to assist you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. According to your affidavit, you do qualify. I'll appoint the public defender. You owe a $50 fee. That's due within 30 days.
Yes, ma'am.
State, he said he was reporting and that's when they arrested him. Your thoughts in relation to that?
State will request a $2,500 bond, Your Honor.
Okay, defense?
Your Honor, we would request a reasonable bond.
Okay, well, right now it's at no bond,
Okay.
based on the warrant, so. I don't know whether what he's stating is in fact actually what happened. I can't tell from this paperwork.
Okay.
So, 2,500 is what she's requesting. What's your position?
Your Honor, we would request a $1,500 bond.
I'm sorry?
$1,500.
Okay, I'll put it at $2,000, and he needs to report as soon as possible, okay?
And he is out on bond, Your Honor?
For what, another failure to report?
Failure to report, yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what's going on with that case? State, do you know what's going on with that case?
6722. One moment, Your Honor, please.
Sure, you need a case number?
I just got it.
Okay.
Thank you. That case, he was just arrested on 5/9. The state has not made a charging decision at this point.
Okay, so do you want any action on that one?
No action, Your Honor.
Okay. State isn't requesting any action on that one, so I'll take no action on that one. We put the bond at 2,000 on the other one, and you need to report within 7 days for me, okay? All right. Keep in contact with your lawyer. Good luck to you. Good morning, sir. Would you tell me your name, please?
David Medlock,
And Mr. Medlock, your date of birth?
9855.
Mr. Medlock, you are here for a failure to report. Okay, yours wasn't a warrant, it was a probable cause. It hadn't been signed by a judge yet. In relation to this, these events allegedly occurred on or about June the 20th. And I'm showing you're out on bond for a failure to report from June 17th. Is that right?
It's not all that correct because I spent almost 10 a year in jail over all this business. And I feel like enough is enough. I mean,
Okay, I'd hang on to those thoughts.
I-
Your Honor.
The reason being is everything's being recorded, and you don't want to give me too much information. Let's talk about a lawyer. Do you want a lawyer to assist you with this?
yeah, could I have Aaron of my last lawyer?
He has a public defender. Aaron is the public defender in the out on bond case, Your Honor.
Okay,
There was a motion to adopt the findings of incompetency. On 6/17, there was a hearing. There's another competency status hearing on that out on bond case, which is 2019 CF 3917, set for July 25th. So there may be competency issues with this defendant.
Okay.
Based on the out on bond
So
case.
let's do this. I'll appoint the public defender, and suggest that it be Erin, since she's representing you on other cases. I just don't know where the case is at this point or the other case is, all right? But,
I just, Your Honor, I just don't see why they keep doing that to me.
yeah, I can't answer that question for you at this
I
point.
get out, I was I had people lined up to help me out. Well, this is just a fact I'm pointing at, that I ain't no threat to no society because of this. I feel like a victim by now.
They request another $1,000 bond, which was the same bond he's out on, and no action on the
No
out on bond.
action on the other bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, since there's a competency issue, all right.
Yes, Your Honor.
So we'll take no action on the case that you're out on bond for. If that stays the same, you've already bonded out, you're fine on that one, okay? On the new case, we'll set the bond at $1,000, and you need to report within 7 days, as soon as possible, okay? I appointed the public defender. Now, their office, you need to contact them. He'll let them know, but you do need to contact them once you get out so that you can discuss your case with them, all right?
Okay,
Any
thank you.
questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Medlock.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry. I knew there was something I was supposed to be doing. Good morning, sir. Would you tell me your name, please?
Bell Soto,
And your date of birth, sir?
22168.
Sir, you've been picked up for a warrant for a failure to report. In regard to your case, the warrant was signed on June the 20th, it appears. Would you like a lawyer to assist you? Or do you have one already? You want a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, I'll appoint the public defender. You owe a $50 fee. You don't pay it, it gets out as additional cost. Okay, he's got a failure to appear. But then I've got a warrant with 2 different bonds for 2 different charges, it looks like. Is it 2 counts of failure to appear? Date, do you know?
One moment, Your Honor. On the 4022, I just have one failure to register report.
4022, failure to report at driver's license office. That's a warrant that was signed on June the 20th.
So,
Okay,
yeah.
and then I've got,
And then I have another, it looks like a new offense of failing to report name or residence change on 19 CF 6104.
okay, 6104, the actual warrant has a count 1, 5,000, and then has another 5,000. Is that just, they duplicate that? Or is it 2 separate charges?
I just see, in our system, it's just one charge. You see 2? Yes.
He has
So he
one
has,
charge in 2 cases, so the warrant for 6104 must be just $5,000.
yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So this other amount just means they totaled it or something? Okay. So your $5,000 on that one, sir. I appointed the public defender for you. Should you bond out, you need to report to the agencies within 24 hours, okay?
Okay,
Now,
Your Honor.
any questions?
No, Your Honor.
No? All right. Thanks. Hi, sir.
Good morning.
Would you tell me your name, please?
Robert Janis,
Mr. Janis, what's your date of birth?
1/21/1952.
Mr. Janis, what I have for you,
These are just because they haven't picked him up from Monroe County. They did try, but they were not
How long's he been here?
He was ready for pickup since, the 15th. They came on the 18th and were not equipped, they're trying to reschedule.
Okay, Monroe County has what, 72 hours? Okay, they came yesterday and tried to pick him up on the 18th. So they technically have till Monday now that they know. Y'all didn't tell him that he was in a wheelchair? You don't know? Okay. State, any position in regard to this?
We have no position, Your Honor.
Okay. Sir, they did come within the time frame that they were supposed to come. They just couldn't accommodate you. So I'm gonna give them the 72 hours from when they found out that you needed special needs in relation to this. So that would be Monday, is that correct, corrections? So they have until 5 o'clock Monday to pick you up. If they don't pick you up by Monday, then you'll see the judge Tuesday morning and they'll discuss whether they're gonna release you or what they're gonna do, all right? Any questions, Mr.
No.
Janice? Okay, good luck to you, sir. Hi, sir, your name, please?
Samuel M. Murphy.
Okay, now we're back on the list, right? Get all. Sure. And your date of birth, sir?
11/14/1965.
Sir, they've got you for a grand theft of an automobile, I believe. Grand theft greater than 5,000 and less than 10,000, allegedly occurred on June the 20th in regard to a stolen vehicle. They then got driving while license suspended charge that occurred on the same date. And fleeing and attempting to elude that occurred on the same date. Do you want a lawyer to assist you with all of these?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you do qualify. I'll appoint the public defender. You owe $50 fee. That's due within 30 days.
And Your Honor,
Yes.
in this case, we would request that, because all the charges could have been under one affidavit, we would request 2 of the charges be considered subsidiary.
Yeah, I figured that. So, the driving while license suspended charge. Let me see, I should have a driving record. I hope that's gonna support that.
No objection to a $150 bond on Little Willis.
Okay, I don't have a driving record for him. I don't have.
Should be up there, Your Honor.
Well, I found.
The dash report.
Oh, there he is, okay. By his first name. Okay, I do have a driving record. It shows he is driving while license suspended. They've only got it as a misdemeanor right now. Is that correct, State?
No, Your Honor, that's a charge as a felony.
Oh, all right, let me see if we got 2 priors. We do have 2 priors. Okay. So you want me to drop that to 150, State?
Yes, Your Honor, no objection.
Okay, what you want on the fleeing and attempting to elude? That's the no bond.
We'll ask for a $3,500 bond as to that case,
And then the grand theft, 150?
150. And just no contact with the victim on the grand theft.
Do we know an address or a location?
One moment, Your Honor, please. The victim is Deanna Hoyen. H-O space Y-E-N.
Okay. So, defense, anything you want to say?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So, sir, in relation to the fleeing and attempting to elude, there is probable cause for this. We'll set your bond at $3,000 In regard to the Dwellis, it's 150, and the grand theft is 150. No contact with the individual who owns the automobile, who is Deanna Ho Yen. No driving unless you have a valid driver's license, okay? And I did appoint your public defender. You got a $50 fee that's due within 30 days. Any questions? No, good luck. Hi, ma'am. Your name, please?
Ira Balon, Your Honor.
And your date of birth, Ms. Balon?
7/21/1989.
Ms. Balon, they've got you for an arrest warrant. It looks like it was signed on February 18th of 2019. It's for grand theft, third degree, dealing in stolen property, and petty theft. These events allegedly occurred on or about December 29th or thereabouts. Do you want a lawyer to assist you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You do qualify. Public defender's appointed. You owe a $50 fee. That's due within 30 days. States, bond acceptable in relation to this matter as stated on the warrant?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any conditions?
I can look for the victim one moment, Your Honor.
Okay. Castillo Salazar, maybe?
I'm having to pull discovery since it was a warrant case, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. Castillo Salazar.
Okay, other than the no contact, anything else you want?
And no return to that residence. It's on Park Central Drive.
Okay, I got it. All right. Ma'am, in relation to this matter, I did appoint the public defender to assist you. The bond on the grand theft is $1,000, stolen property is $2,500, and the petty theft is $500. No contact with Castillo Salazar, and no return to 5028 Park Central Avenue, apartment 2118. Any questions?
My bond can't get lowered.
Well, it can get lowered. Normally, your lawyer schedules a bond hearing. Judge Whitehead already signed the warrant and set the bonds in the warrant. I generally don't change them unless there's some extenuating circumstances, like you failed to report and you were in jail at the time. And we can verify all that information, okay? So talk to your public defender. Your public defender, if it's appropriate, can schedule that for you, okay? Any questions?
No,
All right,
thank you.
good luck. Yes, ma'am, your name, please?
Kaylee Bostic,
And your date of birth, Ms. Bostic?
September 16, 1988.
Okay. Ms. Bostic, you've been arrested for, looks like 6 charges. These events allegedly occurred on June the 20th. They're listed as resisting officer without violence, petty theft, second degree, possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of heroin with intent to sell, and possession of amphetamines with intent to sell. In relation to this matter, do you want a lawyer to assist you?
Public defender.
Yeah, that's a lawyer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'll appoint the lawyer, the public defender's office to represent you. You owe $50, that's due within 30 days. State, the possession of heroin with intent to sell, I thought it was under 5 grams.
Your Honor, we spoke previously, the defense and I spoke, and
Okay.
to find PC were just the simple possession, not with intent to sell or deliver.
Okay, so 5 and 6 is just possession?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and do you have a position in regard to bond then?
We'll ask for a $7,500 bond as she's out on bond on another case. And
Okay,
then
$7,500 total or $7,500?
$7,500 on count 5,
Okay,
and then leave count 6 as $150 as a subsidiary bond.
okay, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4 can stay where they are?
Yes, Your Honor. and no action on the out on bond case. It was a 417 arrest. The state has not made a charging decision yet in that case.
Okay. Defense, is that correct?
We have no, we're okay with that, Your Honor.
Okay. In regard to count 5 and 6, I'll find probable cause for possession charge only, not with the intent to sell. Bonds will be adjusted accordingly. So the bond on the resisting is 100. The bond on the petty theft is 100. The cocaine is 150. The paraphernalia is 100. The heroin is 7,500. And the amphetamines is 150. No return to the Walmart at 1700 South Orange Blossom Trail, and don't possess or consume any illegal substances, all right? The bond on the other case, I'm gonna leave because nothing's happening with that case at this point.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, keep in contact with your lawyer. Any questions?
Thank you.
Good luck. Hi, sir, your name, please?
Howard Bott,
And your date of birth, Mr. Bott.
11/26/1969.
Mr. Bott, I've got 4 charges for you. These events allegedly occurred on June the 14th. Do you want, it's a burglary of an occupied dwelling, a grand theft, dealing in stolen property, and receiving money from a pawnbroker with false verification. It's in relation to a bicycle, is what it's talking about, all right? Do you want a lawyer to assist you?
Yes.
Okay, you do qualify, public defender's appointed. You owe a $50 fee that's due within 30 days. State, do you have a position in regard to bond concerning the gentleman?
No, Your Honor.
And defense?
We request a reasonable bond, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Bott, I appointed the public defender. Do y'all need to know what division these are in?
No,
No,
Your
you've got it? Okay. You used
Yeah.
not to have it, so if you've got it, I
right
don't
now
have to
we
worry
don't.
about it. All right. The burglary of an occupied dwelling, the bond is $5,000. There's no return to 7152 Memory Lane. The grand theft is 150, the dealing is 150, and the receiving money from a pawnbroker is 150. Keep in contact with your lawyer. And any questions? Any questions? All right. You have a good day, sir. Hi, sir. Your name, please?
Jason Wendell Brown, ma'am.
I'm sorry?
Jason Wendell Brown, ma'am.
Okay. This printer over here started and it makes a lot of noise.
Yes,
Date of
ma'am.
birth, Mr. Brown?
10/14/80.
Okay. Mr. Brown, I've got 8 charges for you. They allegedly occurred on June the 20th of 2019. You've got a possession of cocaine, a threat to a law enforcement officer in regard to himself or his family, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, grand theft 3rd degree with a firearm, possession of counterfeit substance with intent to sell, possession of cocaine with a weapon, possession of drug paraphernalia, and resisting officer without violence. Do you want a lawyer to assist you with all of this?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay, you do qualify. I'll appoint the public defender to assist you. You owe a $50 fee. State, in regard to the grand theft, was it grand theft of the firearm?
Yes, charged as grand theft as a firearm, Your Honor.
I'm sorry.
It was charged as grand theft as a with a firearm.
Yeah. Was it grand theft with a firearm or grand theft of the firearm?
I think it's of the firearm. May I have one moment, Your Honor?
Okay.
So it looks like grand theft of the firearm, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, so it's grand theft of the firearm. Now, state, we've got a not a trafficking, but a intent to sell of a counterfeit substance. That was 2.8 grams. 2.8 grams of an unidentified powder is an intent to sell?
I have no objection to a simple possession, Your Honor.
A possession of what? Nobody's identified it yet, according to what I read. Now, I could be mistaken.
State has no objection to no PC RORs to count 5. That's the possession of a counterfeit substance.
Okay, defense. I don't mind doing that, but then he doesn't get credit for time served if it comes back that the lab tested it. You want me to just put it at 100?
I was just saying as to that count only, not.
Yeah, I know,
Okay.
as of that count. I got that state. But if I put him in his ROR, then he's technically out on that charge.
I think they'll give him credit for the entire case number, no matter what we file on.
All right, you're positive that's gonna happen. Now, anyway,
Yes, Your Honor.
defense, do you want it just in
If it's,
cosh?
I will consult with the.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor, and we'll go ahead and err on the side of caution and go with the $100 bond.
Okay, state, your position in regard to bond for the possession charge and the threat?
Your Honor, no objection to a 150 as to count 1, 150 as to count 2, 150 as to count 3.
That's the possession of the firearm by a convicted felon. You sure you want that?
Yes, Your Honor. The highest offense state's going to request is number 6, the possession of a cocaine with a weapon,
Okay,
because that's a drug and a weapon. That's the reason why.
okay. So you want 150 on all of them except for 6?
Except for 6, yes. We'll ask for a $7,500 bond as to 6, and then count 7 and 8 are misdemeanors, so 100 on those, Your Honor. Possess no weapons.
And in regard to the intent to sell, you're gonna agree that there's not probable cause for that? There's probable cause for possession of a counterfeit substance if and when we ever find out what it is?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, sir, we did a lot of talking there, so let me tell you what we've done, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You've got a possession of cocaine. In regard to that, we'll put the bond at 150, okay? Got a threat to a law enforcement officer, bond is 150. You got a possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, that's 150. The grand theft is 150. The possession of counterfeit substance with intent to sell, we find probable cause for possession of a counterfeit substance. That's the one the state agreed to ROR you, and I asked about the bond. We're gonna do 100 on that one
Yes,
for you,
ma'am.
okay? Possession of cocaine with a weapon, bond is $7,500. The drug paraphernalia is 100, and the resisting is 100. You're not to have any contact with the arresting officer, except in his official responsibilities, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not to possess any firearms, and you're not to possess or consume any illegal substances for me, all right? State anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, defense, anything further?
We have nothing, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay. Hi, your name, please?
Eric Buckner,
Buckner, is that right? Mr. Buckner, what's your date of birth?
9/16/72.
Mr. Buckner, you have been arrested for new charges. Apparently, you're in jail for other things. These are add-on additional charges that have come through.
I don't have any paperwork, ma'am.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you what I've got, and then you let me know, all right? So what I've got is, these alleged charges occurred on January 8th, 2019 at a restaurant. They're charging you with burglary of an unoccupied structure and grand theft. In relation to that, the address of the restaurant is 4800 South Orange Avenue. Now, I assume you were in jail for something else, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that's why these are add-on charges. They just found the investigation or the fingerprints or whatever it was they were looking for, and they've added these on, all right? Do you want a lawyer to assist you?
Yes.
Okay, you do qualify. Public defenders appointed you a $50 fee. State, do you have a position in regard to bond?
We just had no position on the bond amount, just no contact with the victim, Your Honor.
Well, the victim is a restaurant, so you want no contact?
No return, sorry, no return, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. So, sir, on the burglary, you're at $3,500. No return to Lake Coy Aven over at 4800 South Orange Avenue. And the grand theft is at $150. I appointed your lawyer to assist you. Any questions? Good luck to you, sir. Hi, sir. Your name, please?
Andrew Casey Waterworth.
And your date of birth, sir?
February 14th, 1990.
Sir, I've got a arrest warrant for you that alleges these offenses occurred on or about June the 20th of 2019. I've got burglary of an unoccupied dwelling, possession of heroin, possession of drug paraphernalia, criminal mischief, and grand theft. I'm also showing that you are out on bond since 2018 and since 2019. So do you want a lawyer to assist you with these new charges?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. You qualify. I'll appoint the public defender to assist you. State, do you know what's going on with the cases he's out on bond for?
In 2018 CF 14506, there was a competency issue. It looks like the next status hearing, and there was a competency status set for 517. It was continued to 529, and now it's continued again till 7/8.
Okay.
And then the misdemeanor 19 MM 258, the state has not made a charging decision in that case.
Okay. So you have a position in regard to bond concerning the gentleman? Other than no return to where the incident occurred and don't possess any illegal substances?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you want the bond forfeited on the other cases or not?
Because of the competency issue, we won't request a.
Okay. So, defense, any questions or comments?
None at the moment, Your Honor.
Okay. The burglary of an unoccupied dwelling, let's put it down at 3,500. Possession of heroin is 150, possession of drug paraphernalia is 100, criminal mischief's 100, and the grand theft is 150. No return to 4649 Teresa Road, and don't possess any illegal substances. I appointed the lawyer for you. Any questions, sir?
Can I get a bond reduction?
Okay, I just gave you one, but if you want another one, you're going to have to talk to your lawyer and schedule a
you, ma'am.
hearing. Okay? All right. Good luck to you, sir.
And then no actions on the other bond, Your Honor?
No actions on the other bonds since there's a competency issue. Good morning, sir. Would you tell me your name? Your name, sir?
Darrell
Okay, what's your last name?
Collins,
Collins. Mr. Collins, what's your date of birth?
1024,
I'm sorry?
1024.
Okay. Mr. Collins, you have got an arrest warrant that was signed on or about June the 13th of 2019 for the following incidences that occurred on or about June the 12th of 2019. There was an escape from the patrol car that's alleged, a possession of cocaine, a possession of cannabis, a petty theft, and a no valid driver's license charge. In relation to this particular matter, do you want a lawyer to assist you with all of this, sir? Is that a yes? Okay. Do you have any income while you're incarcerated? No? Okay. Do you get any money like Social Security, disability, unemployment, any money like that? No? Okay. You qualify, I'll appoint the public defender to assist you. State you have a position in regard to bond?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, counsel, Judge Strobridge already reviewed this and set bond amounts. So I'm inclined to leave them where they are at this point, and you can schedule a bond hearing, okay?
Your Honor.
So count 1 is no bond, count 2 is 1,000, count 3 is 250, count 4, which on the arrest affidavit says count 5, and it was handwritten to 4, is 250, and count 5, which was written on the affidavit, is count 6 and changed to count 5, that should be 100. States okay to change that one?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's just a no valid. So we'll change that one to 100 so that I can see that that would be a no
And,
valid
Your
charge.
Honor, without count 1 being a punishable by life offense, we would request a bond be set. He is entitled to a bond.
On count 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, he didn't escape from prison. He escaped from the car. State.
I have one moment, Your Honor. No objection to treating as a subsidiary, Your Honor. 150.
Okay, wait. We're going to treat escape as a subsidiary?
In
I
the
just gave him
possession.
low bonds on all those. He's
Oh, I'm
talking
sorry.
about the escape charge.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Then we would ask for a $2,500 bond as to the escape.
Okay, he's out on bond for tampering with witness.
The state has not made a charging decision in that case.
Okay, so we'll leave that one at this point, and I'll change the bond on the escape to $2,500. Don't possess any illegal substances. Don't drive unless you have a valid driver's license. And that's it. Anything else, State?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Okay.
Oh, there's another case,
There's
Your Honor.
another case that
There's another case?
the
19 CF
Okay, hang on.
8902.
Let me see if I can find another one. Ah, yeah, there is. Okay. I've got another case for you. It's a possession of cocaine charge that occurred on June the 20th. You got the public defender on the first ones, so I'll give you the public defender on this one, okay? And bond on that one is $1,000, and don't possess any illegal substances for me, okay? Any questions? All right. Thank you. Good luck. Hi, sir. Your name, please?
Robert Hendricks.
Mr. Hendricks, you've got a warrant for failure to appear for a case management conference on June 17th. The judge who is handling that case has issued a warrant for you for that failure to appear. You're on a no bond status. Do you have a lawyer on that case already?
I thought I hadn't pulled the defender.
According to the clerk, you do have a lawyer on that case already, so you need to talk to the lawyer about this, okay? All right, good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, Anthony Johnson reviews.
Okay, in regard to Mr. Johnson, Mr. Johnson has an attempted robbery and a battery. Let's set him for, is he asleep? You just didn't want to come because he's asleep?
Dexter.
I'm sorry,
Is he asleep? He just didn't want to come, or he's up and dressed, he just didn't want to come visit us? All right. All right. So we'll roll him till tomorrow, see if he wants to come visit the IA judge tomorrow. Name, sir?
Christopher Lewis.
Mr. Lewis. In relation to this situation, what's your date of birth?
January 9, 2000.
Okay. Sir, they've got you for kidnapping, false imprisonment, aggravated battery on an officer, and murder first degree. State, I don't have anything about a murder first
I
degree.
think it's not a murder, it's an attempted murder. If you look at the third page in the, it says the officer was trying to put it in, but the system wouldn't allow him to put it as attempted. I have a third page from the clerk's site.
Yep. Oh, I see, okay.
So it should have been attempted, not,
Okay, so it's an attempted murder.
yes, Your Honor, for the dragging of the officer.
Okay, all right. So, these events allegedly occurred, sir, on June the 20th. Would you like a lawyer to assist you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You do qualify. Public defenders appointed. You owe a $50 fee. Now, your counsel, since they anticipated they were going to be appointed, has done a notice of invocation of constitutional rights, which means you should not be talking to anybody about your case except your lawyer, okay?
ma'am.
And that includes cellmates and families and friends and all those kind of things. You just need to talk to your lawyer about the case,
Yes, ma'am.
okay? Talking to anybody else can come back and bite you. State, you have a position in regard to bond?
No objection to the counts 1 and 2 being treated as they are on the, at 5,000 count 1, 10,000 on count 2. Your Honor, I believe the defendant should be held at no bond as to count 3, as this is a punishable by life offense, the attempted murder of the officer. Your Honor, the facts of the case are that this defendant with a co-defendant were fleeing a trooper. The original driver, I believe that was this defendant, fled the vehicle, and then was able to get back after the officer pursued and was able to get back in the passenger side of the vehicle. The trooper, was trying to stop the vehicle. The then driver accelerated, dragging the officer. Your Honor, based on these incidents, and that's how the attempted murder occurs, this defendant should not have a bond, should be no bond, no contact with the officer of this case, no contact with the co-defendant in the case, no weapons, no firearms, and no drugs or alcohol, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor. We request a bond, a reasonable bond based on the totality of the circumstances, and we'll leave it within the court's discretion.
Okay. Mr. Lewis, you're 19 years old?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And state, he has no priors?
Yes, Your Honor. I do want to, can I give one more argument?
Okay.
There is a case that came out, I believe, this week, and I'm trying to pull it up right now, Your Honor, from I think it's the 3rd DCA, Thorntman v. Jr. When it talks about, and I'm going to try to print it really quick, Your Honor, but the site is 44 Florida Law Weekly, 1500, and that's only because the case came out 6/12. I don't have a Westlaw site as of yet. That when a judge at first appearance finds probable cause the defendant has committed a punishable by life or death in prison, that it is not practical to hold a full author hearing to determine whether or not proof is evident or presumption of guilt is great, that the court can defer that bond determination until a proper full author hearing is held and is not required to set bond in the interim.
Okay, state, I'm familiar with that. I did see that last week.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, in relation to this particular matter, Mr. Lewis, I am going to agree with the state's analysis of the bond. We'll put the kidnapping at $5,000, the ag battery at $10,000, and no bond on the attempted charge that's there. You're to have no contact with, is it Rivera? Is that the trooper we're talking about?
One moment, Your Honor. Yes, Trooper Rivera, Your Honor.
Okay, no contact with Trooper Rivera. No contact with your co-defendant. State, do I have the name of a co-defendant, or do you have the name of a co-defendant?
Yes, it should be in the police report, Your Honor.
I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Mr. Elijah Wilson. It's in the police report, Your Honor.
Elijah Wilson.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Don't possess any firearms or any weapons, and don't use any illegal substances. And no possession or use of any alcohol while this is pending. Your lawyer is going to schedule a bond hearing for you. At the bond hearing, there will be much more information provided to the court so they can make a more informed decision in regard to whether you're entitled to a bond, since I gave you a no bond on that case. Any questions about that?
Okay.
And you understand that your lawyer invoked the rights for you, so you shouldn't be talking to anybody about your case except your lawyer.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, any questions?
No, no.
You have a good day. Good morning, sir. Would you tell me your name, please?
Lentis Owens,
And your date of birth, Mr. Owens.
331st79.
Mr. Owens, you're in jail for another matter. They've come up with these charges, and a warrant was signed on or about June 19th, so it was just signed yesterday, okay? In relation to this particular matter, actually, it was signed Wednesday, sorry. You've got a failure to report in relation to this matter by providing false registration information by an act of omission. So you didn't provide the information, so that's why they've got that, okay? They've set you at no bond in relation to this matter. Do you want a lawyer to assist you? Yeah, no?
As far as I know, I had an attorney. I had an attorney when I first came in because a lady showed me it when I first came into the jail. I mean, my second time came into jail, but I don't have the money for the lawyer, but I will step a public defender on my side, though, I guess.
Okay. You may have had the lawyer on the case that you're in jail for, but this is a new case that's coming through. So you want a lawyer on this case?
I don't know how I don't have the funds for it, but
Okay,
I
let's do
mean,
this.
but I mean,
I'll appoint the public defender to assist you. There's a $50 fee. Was it the public defender you had on the other case, or was it a
Yes.
private lawyer? It was a public
Yes,
defender?
yes,
Okay, it might
yes.
be a different one in their office, depending on which division it's assigned to.
yes.
This gentleman will make a note about it, that you got other cases, and I'll see what they can do, if anything, at that point, okay?
Okay.
Now, State, you want the bond left at no bond, since that's what the warrant said?
No, Your Honor. We'll ask for a $3,500 bond.
Defense, is that acceptable?
Your Honor, we have no objection.
Okay. So, Mr. Owens, I will drop it down to $3,500 for you in relation to this matter, and you need to report within 24 hours of bonding out, okay?
Okay.
Any questions?
I don't know. If I can get the help, but I mean, do I have a releasement? How did that work out?
Well, let me see if you're holding you for anything else, okay?
Yeah.
Corrections, you got other charges for Mr. Owens that are holding him?
Yes, he's still at the other case. It's a FTA and it has no bond. So
Oh, you got one that's got a no bond. I can't do anything about that one. You're gonna have to talk to your lawyer about that, to see if they can schedule you a bond hearing on that. So until you get a bond, and then you bond out on both of them, you're gonna stay here. But you're getting credit for time served now that this one's been served on you, okay?
Okay.
Any other question?
Okay. I do have another question.
All right.
The one with the charge when I registered out to visit a family member. I mean, that was my mistake with that. But
Okay,
it should have
hang
been
on.
the right address that I
Okay,
signed to.
wait.
Okay.
I wouldn't
Okay.
tell you
I
the
understand.
facts of the
Understand.
case. Yeah.
Understand.
So,
I understand.
You need to
Okay.
explain all that to your lawyer, not to me.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, okay.
All right.
But I will.
Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. All right.
Hi, sir, your name, please?
John 2 Marcellus Reese,
And Mr. Reese, what's your date of birth?
6/23/78.
Mr. Reese, I've got new charges for you that allegedly occurred on June the 20th. It's a trafficking charge and MDMA. It's a possession of cocaine with intent to sell and a possession of cannabis with intent to sell. In relation to this particular incident, do you want a lawyer to assist you on these matters?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you do qualify. Public defender's appointed. You owe $50 fee. State, he's out on bond for,
The same charge, Your Honor.
drug paraphernalia and trafficking and MDMA.
It was filed as possession of, possession with intent to sell instead of the trafficking.
Okay,
However, Your Honor, that case had arraignment on 6/11, a pretrial conference date on 8/21. Your Honor, state's gonna request that that bond be revoked. He be held at no bond until the judge in Division 14, Judge Young, can
okay.
hold a bond hearing.
And what about the new charges?
Your Honor, we believe the new charges can be stayed as is, Your Honor.
Okay. Defense?
Your Honor, based on his history, he has no failure to appear. He's been, by all accounts, appearing at the court dates with regards to his out on bond case. So we'd request his bond not be. We request that no action be taken on his out on bond case.
And just to clarify, he's not had a court date. The PD's office filed a waiver at arraignment, so he would not have attended any court dates.
Okay, and he's set for what, pretrial you said on August the 21st?
Pre-trial, Your Honor, yes, August the 21st.
And how many counts are being charged in that case?
2 counts, Your Honor.
2 counts? Okay,
1 felony, 1 misdemeanor.
all right. So, sir, in regard to that one, you are out on bond for similar charges, so I am gonna revoke the bond in that one. You're gonna have to deal with a judge in Division 14 who's got your case so that they can determine an appropriate bond if they want to do that, okay? In regard to this one, the trafficking charge, let's drop the bond down to $30,000. Possession of cocaine is $150, and possession of cannabis is $150. I appointed the lawyer to assist you. Any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
Good luck. Hi, ma'am. Your name, please?
Summer Robinson,
And your date of birth, Miss Robinson?
11/28/88.
Miss Robinson, they allege that you were supposed to be in court on March the 21st, 2019 for a trial management conference.
I never got a.
Okay, hang on. They allege that you didn't appear, so they got you on no bond for the 2 counts, which was a possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. Do you already have a lawyer on that case?
I have a public defender, but
You
I
got the
didn't.
public defender? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what you're telling me is you didn't get notice that you were supposed to do that?
No, ma'am.
Let's see what the computer says. Okay, it says you were ROR'd on November 28th based on no information and a 33-day motion, okay? Information was filed, counsel on your behalf entered a written plea of not guilty. And apparently you didn't show up at that point, but you had a written plea of not guilty, so the judge waived your appearance at that point. But it said you must show up at the trial management conference.
I didn't get get no paper stating about no trial.
There's an order setting pretrial conference. Your address is general delivery,
Yes.
so how are we
They
supposed to
didn't-
find you?
Because in general delivery, I have ID, and I go up there every day to go get my mail. And they did not have no mail for me for the past 2 months.
Okay. Well, the normal procedure is it was sent to you and it was sent to your public defender, okay? Public defender tries to get in touch with you. I don't know whether because the address is general delivery, they're having a problem with that, but it's your responsibility to keep in contact with your lawyer, to contact your lawyer. So your lawyer can tell you any updates that need to be.
I called him, and he told me there's nothing for me yet.
Okay, when did you call him?
I called him December 30th.
Okay, well, this occurred on January 17th.
Yes, ma'am.
So you gotta keep calling me.
Yes, ma'am.
You can't expect him to try to locate you out of general delivery. I mean, that just doesn't happen.
Yes, ma'am.
We're too big a county to have to deal with that. So, it's your responsibility as the client, or the defendant, whichever way you wanna say it, to give him a call when you're not hearing what's going on with your case. I mean,
Yes,
he doesn't
ma'am.
mind talking to you, so call him about every 2 weeks and make sure nothing's up.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so that's what happened. It got sent to general delivery, and your public defender attempted to contact general delivery, and then it was gone at that point, okay? So, and then in March, you didn't show up, so that's when they issued the KPS for you.
Yes,
okay?
ma'am.
So you're on a no bond status in Division 12. You're going to have to talk to your lawyer and get your lawyer to schedule a hearing in regard to that and address that with Judge Harris, okay?
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck.
And Your Honor, right now, she doesn't have a bond on the failure to appear.
Yeah,
right? Okay.
Jennifer, Judge Harris issued a no bond for
Okay.
failure to appear,
Okay,
and
I just wanted to double check so I could contact that attorney.
hi, name please,
Cyril Roy Siverio,
and your date of birth, ma'am?
March 11, 1985.
You've got new charges, ma'am. It allegedly occurred on June 20th for trafficking in cocaine and trafficking in oxycodone. Do you want a lawyer to assist you with these matters?
Yes.
Okay. You do qualify. Public defender is appointed. The public defender, there's a $50 fee for that. They filed a notice of invocation of your rights, which means you shouldn't talk about the case with anyone except your lawyer. Conversations with anybody else can come back and haunt you. Do you understand that? Okay. State, do you have a position in regard to bond for this?
I believe it says bond schedule, Your Honor.
So we're at 900 grams of cocaine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and the oxycodone was
6.5 grams.
grams. All right. Okay. So, ma'am, in relation to this particular matter, defense, did you want to say something?
Your Honor, yeah, we would request PTR. Her arrest history is, she has no arrest history. She does qualify, and they would be able to keep track of her while she's out on bond.
State, I assume you're going to object adamantly.
Yes, Your Honor. Adamantly. Objection.
Any other objection other than the one I just asked you about?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Ma'am, in relation to this matter, I see that you don't have any criminal history. You're not showing anything out of state or anything for her?
According to information that pretrial services provided us, Your Honor, no prior arrest or failure to appear in state or out of state. However, Your Honor, if Your Honor is going to put her on PTR, we would ask that RUA be included.
That what?
Random urinalysis.
Oh, thank you. Gonna use these acronyms.
I'm sorry.
You gotta update me. It's been a while since I've done this.
And that she have face-to-face PTR, meaning she has to physically come to the office and not just phone in or mail in. Again, state is not advocating for PTR.
I understand, State. So defense, anything else? You can take a few minutes if you're talking to her.
No, Your Honor, nothing else. I was just explaining to her.
What PTR means?
Yes.
Okay. Ma'am, I do understand that this is a first charge for you, but this is kind of a biggie, okay? It's not just a little misdemeanor charge. We're talking about a big charge here. I appointed the public defender to assist you. In regard to the trafficking in cocaine, I'll drop it to 50,000, and the traffic in oxycodone, I'll drop it to 25,000. And additionally, pretrial release with face-to-face meetings and random urinalysis. So I dropped them both for you, but they're still up there. PTR is pretrial release. They'll talk to you, tell you what you got to do. You actually have to show up in front of them and talk to them. Random urinalysis will be conducted at their discretion during the course while this case is pending, okay? So you just need to make sure that you keep it clean. And
how Yes.
often would you like face-to-face, Your Honor? State, once a month, okay?
That's fine, Your Honor.
Okay, let's do once a month. And no random urinalysis till, what defense, 30 days out?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor, 35 days, just.
35, okay, so we'll do 35 days for the first RAU, okay? All right, any other question that you have?
No.
All right. Don't possess any illegal substance or any controlled substance that you don't have a prescription for, okay?
Yes.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Hi, sir, your name, please?
Troy James Stewart,
Mr. Stewart, what's your date of birth?
9/7/1973.
Mr. Stewart, I've got a warrant for you. It was signed on the 24th day of April of this year for failing to report. In relation to this matter, you're on a no bond status. Do you want a public defender to assist you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you do qualify. Well, wait. Do you have any income right now, sir?
Yeah, I do home improvement.
Okay. So, but you're in jail, so you're not going to have any income coming in.
Correct.
Okay. Do you own anything like a house, an airplane,
No, ma'am.
stocks, bonds, jewelry, winning
No.
lottery ticket?
No.
Okay. I'll appoint the public defender to assist you. In relation to this particular situation, you're at a no bond status based on the warrant that was signed for you for a failure to appear, so you're going to need to get your lawyer to schedule you a bond hearing, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And state, anything further? I assume not.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Good luck to you, sir.
Right.
Hi, sir. Your name, please?
Mario Crawford,
Mr. Crawford. What's your date of birth, Mr. Crawford?
12/20/81.
Mr. Crawford. You got an out-of-county warrant specifically from Osceola County. We're in Orange County, okay? So it's for failure to appear for arraignment on a driving while license suspended charge. Bond is set at $500. So how this works is you post a $500 bond. If everything else is resolved with corrections, then you get yourself out and you go to Osceola County, okay? If you don't post a $500 bond, then you're gonna have to resolve any Orange County cases that you have, and then they'll make arrangements to transport you. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'm not pointing a public defender because you're out of Osceola. You'll have to talk to them in Osceola for that. State, what's going on with his other two cases? Are they in Osceola? They're all in Osceola. Yeah, those are in
No, they're
Osceola.
Orange
No,
County.
they're
They're in
Orange
Orange
County
County.
cases.
They're in
They have
Orange?
two-
All of
two
them are,
Orange County cases.
Okay.
One moment, Your Honor.
So the CF 6744, which is the cannabis paraphernalia and cannabis with intent to sell and deliver?
Okay, so first I did the Dwillis first.
Okay,
On the Dwillis that had a pretrial on yesterday, and then a trial period beginning on July the 1st.
okay, and he's set for a plea and sentence on July the 11th.
Okay, and then on 2019 CF 6744, that case, it was a 5-9 arrest. The state has not made a charging decision yet on that case.
Okay, so that's what's going on the other two cases, all right? Any questions?
Would you, did you set the bond status for the 500? I was just wondering, like, I wonder if
No.
I could be, cause all my cases, like, all right.
Your
for-
out-of-county warrant was set by the judge in Osceola,
Oh, okay.
okay? And a judge set that for 500. I don't know which judge
So I only
set
had to
it.
come here, cause I was trying to bond out yesterday, but they wouldn't let me bond out.
Yeah, because you didn't see me,
Oh, okay, okay.
okay? Now you've
All right.
seen me.
All right. thank
Corrections, is anything else holding this gentleman?
Well, you're taking no action on those Orange County cases.
No.
That's what the hold is.
Okay? All right,
All right.
good luck.
All right, thank you.
Hi, sir, your name, please?
Peterson Desavines,
And your
Good
date of birth, sir.
May 2nd, 1991.
Sir, you were supposed to be here, looks
Yes.
like yesterday, and you were in downtown court,
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
and so they rolled you to today.
I got an email from the state attorney in the case from yesterday. Judge Adams revoked his bond in 18 CF 2879. I guess that was the hearing they had yesterday.
Okay, 18 CF what?
2879, according to my
Okay.
email.
All right, he was in court yesterday, they revoked his bond on that case.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so what's your position in regard to a bond on this case?
On this case, Your Honor, we'll ask that bond be stayed as is. I believe it's a warrant case.
It is.
It is.
Yeah, it's a warrant that was signed on or about, let's see if I can find a date for you. So, sir, I'm not doing anything with the case you were in court on yesterday, okay? That, the judge already did something on that, and I'm not bothering it anymore.
Also addressed the other out on bond too, but decided not to revoke that one.
Okay, all right. So, a warrant was signed on this case on June 17th for you. On the scheme to defraud, the bond is set at $50,000, and on the grand theft, the bond is $10,000. The incidents allegedly occurred on or about June the 30th. Hang on a second, I'll try to tell you. Concerning a business transaction where you purchased 2 buses and an Escalade from a Mr. Inten and from a Mr. Inten. So, no contact with Mr. Inten in relation to this particular matter. State, you want anything else?
No, Your Honor, and my understanding is he has private counsel on the other 2 cases. Corey Cohen.
Okay. Do you want to try to retain counsel, or you want me to appoint a lawyer?
You could go ahead and, my apologies. You could go ahead and appoint the public defender. Do you mind if I get 2 seconds with him?
I don't mind if you got 2 seconds with him. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I did appoint the public defender. If you hire private counsel, they know how to substitute in. They can do that. You're still going to owe the $50 fee. I didn't touch the other cases, and I gave you bonds on these with the condition no contact with that person, okay? Okay, you're way over your 2 seconds, so.
My apologies.
All right. Have a good day. Okay, so corrections, is that it for the morning docket?
Yes, ma'am.
When do we start in the afternoon?
We typically need 45 minutes.
Typically need 45
Well,
minutes.
I don't need.
Let's do this. 'Cause I know. So, is corrections ready? Well, I'll bring you the first little angel. Good morning, sir.
Good
I'm
morning.
Senior Judge Carolyn Freeman. You're here for initial appearances. Would you tell me your name, please?
Samuel Benton,
And Mr. Benton, what's your date of birth?
11/18/1986.
Mr. Benton, they've arrested you for a new charge that allegedly occurred on, looks like June the 20th of 2019, involving possession of MDMA. In relation to this particular matter, do you want a lawyer to assist you?
Public defender?
Yeah, that's a
Yes,
lawyer.
ma'am.
Okay. You do qualify. I'll appoint the public defender to assist you. You got a $50 fee that's tacked on there.
Okay.
State, you have a position in regard to bond?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Defense? Any concerns?
We just request a reasonable bond, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Benton, in relation to this matter, we'll set the bond at $1,000 and don't possess any illegal or controlled items unless you have a prescription for them, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, any questions?
No, ma'am.
Keep in contact with your lawyer and good luck to you, sir.
All right, thank you. Thanks.
Hi, your name, please?
McCoy Davis.
Mr. Davis. Date of birth, sir?
6/23/91.
Mr. Davis, you're here for a failure to appear. You were supposed to appear for a status hearing on March the 22nd for an underlying charge of possession of a firearm by convicted felon. The judge who's handling that case has issued a warrant for you. You're on a no bond status. Do you have a lawyer in that case already?
I think the one they'll appoint me in the drug court.
Okay, can you tell whether he's got a lawyer? Okay, the clerk says they're not showing anything for a lawyer.
When I went downstairs, signed the lawyer fee, the lady automatically told me I already have a public defender. His name's Steve Graves. He's in drug.
Okay, he's in drug court?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so then I'll assume you got a lawyer.
Has he been appointed in the
Yeah.
case? If he hasn't been
Clerk
appointed.
says no.
Okay, if he hasn't been appointed, we just, you want,
You want him appointed?
Let me sign.
yeah, get it. He
Okay,
requested it be
so
appointed.
I'll appoint the public defender in drug court for you in relation to this matter. You need to keep in contact with that lawyer and this gentleman, let him know that you're here, okay? You have another question?
It's somewhat. Last time I was in here, it's kind of hard. I can't get in contact with him.
Okay, all I can suggest is the public defender who's here will give the gentleman a note when he gets back to his office or an email to give you a buzz and see if he can contact you. Oh, he's also got a VOP, I'm sorry. Is that what you're showing, State, two
Yes, Your Honor.
charges? Yeah, he's got a VOP with a no bond. I guess we need a lawyer on that one too? Or is it the same case number?
Yeah, that's the one I really
Yeah,
got
it's the
attorney
same case number, so,
Okay.
all right. So the VOP and the failure to appear, both on the same case, all right? Good luck.
I'll be sending
Hi, your name, please?
Jaslyn Jimenez.
I'm sorry?
Jaslyn Jimenez, Your Honor.
Ms. Jimenez, your date of birth?
April 30th, 2000.
Ms. Jimenez, you've been arrested for a retail theft in excess of $300, a petty theft, and a possession of an anti-shoplifting inventory control device. These events allegedly occurred over at the Town Center Boulevard on June the 20th of 2019. Do you want a lawyer to assist you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you do qualify. I'll appoint the public defender to assist you. State you have a position in regard to bond?
No objection to staying the bonds on this case as is, and no return to the,
To the target in the town center and no
Yes.
contact with the co-defendant.
however,
Anything
Your
else?
Honor, she is out on bond on 2018 MM 7093. That case originally had a trial date for 6/11. It's been reset for 6/25. We'd ask that bond be revoked. It's a petty theft of $100 or more, M1.
Okay. So, ma'am, I appointed the public defender to assist you. Defense, is there anything else you want to ask or tell me?
Your Honor, we would just point out that the original petty theft charge, she was issued a notice to appear, so she was never actually IA'd or bonded on the charge, so
So if I revoked her
notice.
notice to appear, then she can't get out of jail,
Right.
which I think is what the state wants, but.
Right.
It is, Your Honor.
So,
That she was issued a notice to appear, so she was noticed that there were some restrictions.
And she did.
And she committed the same crime, that she
And
was out.
she did appear, but
Allegedly committed.
I'm sorry, she allegedly committed the same type of crime.
Ms. Jimenez, in relation to this matter, on the new charges, the retail theft, the bond is $1,000. The petty theft, it's $100. The possession of the anti-shoplifting device is $100. No return to the target located at the Town Center Boulevard. In relation to this matter, you're not married to Michael Lopez, are you?
I'm engaged.
You're engaged. Do you live together?
Yes.
Okay, so I won't do that since you're living together. In regard to the petty theft of $100 or more that you're out on a notice to appear on, I'll revoke the notice to appear and I'll set the bond at $1,000, okay? So I suggest don't get in any more trouble while these are pending, because next time you may not get a bond at all, okay? You got the public defender on the new case, so good luck to you.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Would you tell me your name?
Good morning, Jose Martinez,
Mr. Martinez, your date of birth?
2/17 of 92.
Mr. Martinez, you were arrested for a charge on June 21st of 2019 of battery on a law enforcement officer. In relation to this particular matter, do you want a lawyer to assist you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay. You qualify. I'll appoint the public defender to assist you. State, you have a position in regard to bond other than no return to Casey's. I'm assuming alcohol might be involved, so no alcohol.
That's all,
He's
yeah.
out of state from Texas. I think he was on vacation or maybe picking up some odd jobs. Yeah, he was picking up some odd jobs, so he was thinking about relocating apparently. Maybe he's changed his mind at this point. So do you have a position on bond?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, defense?
Yes, Your Honor, we would just request a $500 bond.
Okay, $500, no, I'm not gonna do that. Let's do 1,500. No return to Casey's at 50 East Central Boulevard. And don't possess or consume any alcohol or illegal substances while this matter's pending. Now, you live in Texas.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you finding a residence here, or are you going back to Texas? What are you doing?
Ma'am, I was just trying to relocate, you know. We just
Okay.
had this little incident that happened, but
Well, that's totally up to you if you want to do that. You're gonna have, if you pay cash for your bond, you can go wherever you want, and you'll lose the cash if you don't come back, okay? If you go through a bonding company, they're gonna want some assurances that you're gonna stick around
Yes,
before
ma'am.
you leave town.
Well,
Make sure you keep in contact with your public defender,
okay.
especially if you decide to move back to Texas, so that they know how to get you.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
you don't come back to Florida to take care of these charges, Florida will issue a local warrant for you statewide in Florida, and if you show up anywhere in Florida, they'll arrest you.
Okay.
And if you get stopped anywhere else, they'll tell you there's a warrant in Florida. Actually, this is a felony charge, so they'll probably extradite you for this, okay? If it was a misdemeanor charge, they'd probably just issue the warrant in the state. Okay, you got any other questions?
I don't see why I get that charge if that incident wasn't.
Yeah, about the charge and the incident, you need to talk to your public defender about that. Right now, that's what the officer put on the paperwork. It doesn't necessarily mean that's what you're gonna be charged with, because it's up to the state attorney's office.
All right, I'm
Okay?
sorry.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Hi, sir, your name, please?
Michael Ruiz,
Mr. Ruiz. And your date of birth?
08/1899.
Sir, you're here for a warrant for carjacking with a firearm and a robbery with a firearm.
Yes, ma'am.
In relation to that, these matters allegedly occurred on February 1st of 2019. Do you want a lawyer to assist you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, you qualify. Public defender's been appointed. You owe a $50 fee. That's due within 30 days. Now, your lawyer, just in precaution that he was going to be appointed, has filed a notice of invocation of constitutional rights. That means you shouldn't talk to anybody about your case except your lawyer.
Yes, ma'am.
If you talk to anybody about your case, those conversations can come back and haunt you. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So, state, it's no bond based on the warrant. I assume you want it left at no bond for a hearing to be determined later on, and he's out on bond for, oh, this is from 2017.
May I have one moment? So, Your Honor, we would request that he be held at no bond on this case.
Right, I
um,
understand.
And no contact with the victim, no contact with the co-defendants, no weapons, no firearms, no
Okay, the victim is a Mr. Bell, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the co-defendants are, there were a couple, weren't there?
Yes, I think we only have one. We have a Devon Davis
Okay,
named. The other ones are not named in the
okay.
affidavit at this point.
All right, so, I've got that he's got he's out on bond for a 2017 MM 8334.
Has a status hearing on July the 15th. Looks like it originally went to pretrial diversion. It was rejected from pretrial diversion and kicked out this year.
Okay,
And then it had a pretrial conference in March, got continued till May, had another conference, it got continued again till June, and then another continuance until July.
okay, does he have a lawyer on that case?
Yes, he has a public defender's office.
Okay. So, counsel, there's a misdemeanor that's floating around from 2017 that's in limbo land. I'm not gonna take any action on that at this point. In regard to the two new, the carjacking and the robbery with a firearm, there are 2 counts in the same case, so there are no bond, both of them. No contact with co-defendant Devon Davis, no contact with the victim, Mr. Bell, and don't possess any weapons or any firearms in relation to this matter. And as I said, your lawyer did invoke your rights, so make sure that you protect those rights and not let it come back and haunt you. Your lawyer will advise you about a bond hearing and what needs to be done for that and
Yes,
how to
ma'am.
handle that, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck. Good morning, sir. Would you tell me your name, please?
Jesse Carl Townsend IV,
Mr. Townsend, what's your date of birth?
June 1st, 1992.
Okay. Mr. Townsend, they've arrested you for a possession of cannabis. These events allegedly occurred on June the 20th. You've also got a grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle, which occurred on the same date in relation to this matter. Do you want a lawyer to assist you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, you do qualify. Public defender's appointed you a $50 fee, that's due within 30 days. State, in regard to the bonds, technically, the possession charges should have been on the same charging affidavit as the other one, so it's okay to drop that bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you want any other conditions for this gentleman?
No contact with the victim.
Well, the victim is a taxi cab company, allegedly.
Then we'll have just no drugs or alcohol.
Okay. So defense, anything else you want to bring to my attention?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So on the possession of cannabis, we'll drop that down to $100 for you, okay? In regard to the grand theft, that's $1,000. Don't possess any alcohol or illegal substances, and no controlled substances unless you have a prescription for it, okay? Keep in contact with your lawyer, and you're gonna have 2 cases that are moving through the system, so you're gonna have to keep track of both of them. They'll probably get separated, so you'll have to get your lawyer to see if they can get it sorted out, so maybe you can get 1 appearance as opposed to 2 appearances on everything, okay? Any question? No? All right, have a good day. Hi, sir, your name, please? Sir, can you step a little closer and tell me your name? Are you okay, sir? Is your name Mr. Williams? Corrections, can you tell me what his ID says?
Lee Roy Williams.
Okay. State, I have information that this is the add-on charge for him, and that this add-on charge occurred back in first part of June or the middle of June. Does that sound right?
I see one case is a June 21st, and the other case is June 21st,
Okay.
so this morning.
Was he already IA'd on the 8914? Okay, so the,
Okay, so he wasn't I-8 or he was? They're both for today. Okay.
And then the out on bond case, Your Honor, I show it's closed in our system. It's what?
It's incompetent.
Yeah, it's because of competency. All right, let's do this. I'm going to appoint the public defender to assist you in relation to this matter because I want you to understand what's going on. So I'll appoint it on both cases for you. It's a $50 fee on one case. It doesn't matter to me whichever case clerk wants to put it on. Okay, and in relation to this particular matter, let's see. Bond on the attempted burglary is $1,000, and on the burglary of a conveyance is $3,500. No return to 3303 South Cimarron, Maxim Tours, and no contact with Sherry Curran, K-U-R-I-A-N. Competency issues, council will have to file a motion or whatever needs to be done in relation to that. Good luck to you, sir. No action on the other one. Yeah. Hi, sir, your name, please?
Roger Williamson,
Mr. Williamson, your date of birth?
10/26/55, Your Honor.
Mr. Williamson, they picked you up for an arrest warrant. The arrest warrant was signed on or about February the 12th of 2019. In relation to this matter, the first count in the arrest warrant is sexual battery with a deadly weapon, specifically a knife. The second count is false imprisonment at the same time. These events allegedly occurred back in
1985.
1985 at a property over on South Conway Road. They apparently had some DNA, and even though it's a cold case, they've matched the DNA allegedly to you, sir. So you're at a no bond status on both those cases. Do you want a lawyer to assist you?
I do.
Okay. I'll appoint the public defender to assist you. You owe a $50 fee. That's due within 30 days. Your counsel, in being prepared, has filed a notice of invocation of your rights. That means you shouldn't be talking about your case to anybody except your lawyer. Talking to your case to about anybody else can come back and haunt you. Okay? Any questions so far?
No, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Your Honor, we asked for no contact.
Oh, no contact
No
with
weapons.
Susan Gore Fairbrother,
And no weapons, Your Honor.
and no weapons. Hi, sir. Your name, please?
Joshua Butler,
Mr. Butler. Date of birth, sir?
1/26/1979.
Mr. Butler, you've got a failure to appear for a pretrial conference in regard to a driving while license suspended charge, okay? That failure to appear, I don't see a date on it, but it was to the Winter Park Courthouse. So, and it was a pretrial conference. They've set your bond at $2,000. Do you already have a lawyer who's assisting you with this or not?
No.
No. Okay.
But I went to court.
Hang on just a second. State, this is one of those cases that we could probably resolve. Additionally, according to the note from Records Management, the middle name is misspelled on the affidavit. And it was not supposed to be Winter Park, it was supposed to be Traffic Court 4, which has been changed by corrections in their computer system. So we need to make a note of all that. I do have a driving record, David driving record. I don't know if your file has anything in it.
Your Honor, as a policy, we do not open up driving cases until after arraignment. Since it's a failure to appear, the case is not opened in our system as of yet. So if the court wants to make an offer with the driving record, the court can. State just doesn't have the ability at this point. I see no criminal history when I look at my face sheet.
Yeah, most of this is failure to pay court financial obligations. And I'm not showing any prior convictions on the David printout. So technically, it would be a first offense. Can you confirm or not?
I see no criminal history, Your Honor.
Okay. So, sir, I can either tell you you're on a no bond status because of the failure to appear. You have to deal with the judge who's assigned to the case, okay?
Okay.
The other thing is, you don't have a lawyer at this point that we're aware of.
Yeah.
And that you're aware of. It looks like it's a first offense for you. So, how much credit does he have? I don't know whether he initially got arrested or not. Mr. Butler, do you remember the first time around whether you were arrested or just got a ticket?
I just got a ticket.
You just got a ticket?
Yes.
Okay, so you got picked up today, so he's got 1 day credit, is that correct? Okay, so if you want to resolve it, it would be an adjudication credit for 1 day time served court cost. What's court
Okay.
cost currently going for, 300 on a traffic case with a failure to appear? I'm gonna adjudicate him.
I'm sure he would want to withhold, Your Honor, since he has no priors.
Okay, so she's offering you a withhold, since you have no priors.
Okay.
Credit for time served, court cost would be a little less than $356. Not much less, but a little less than
Okay,
$356. So
Okay.
if you want to do that, you can do that by pleading guilty or no contest, or you can tell me, no, I really want to talk to the lawyer, and we can do the lawyer thing, and you can come back to court and resolve it on another date.
No, I want to do that.
Okay,
Time
now I
served.
do want to caution you, this is a withhold this time around. You get arrested on this charge in the future, you probably won't get the withhold, they'll adjudicate you. 3 adjudications within a 5-year period will result in you being charged with a felony and a 5-year suspension of any driving privilege you may have. Okay, so
Yes,
as long as
ma'am.
you understand that.
Yes, ma'am.
You need to read the plea form, sign it, and then I'll ask you some questions about your plea. So, Mr. Butler, are you under the influence of any drugs or any alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any mental or emotional difficulties?
No, ma'am.
Do you read and write the English language?
Yes.
Do you want to plead guilty or do you want to plead no contest?
No contest.
Is this your signature on this English plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by signing it, you're giving up your constitutional rights, specifically your right to a lawyer, your right to trial, your right to present lawful defenses, you're limiting your right to an appeal, you are waiving your right to call witnesses and those types of things. Do you understand all that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about those rights that you're giving up?
No, ma'am.
Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anybody threatened, coerced, or promised you anything with the exception of what I spoke to you about the sentence?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And do you think it's a good idea to resolve it today?
Yes.
You're not on probation for anything, are you?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And do you understand that convictions can have effect on immigration status if you're not a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else you want to ask me or tell me?
No.
Okay. Sir, the court finds that you understand your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. There is a factual basis based on the information in the computer concerning the driving while license suspended charge. Court will accept your plea, find you guilty, withhold the adjudication so there's not a criminal conviction this time around. You come back to court, they're going to see that you got a withhold once already, so you probably won't get another one, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You have credit for 1 day time served. I'll give you that credit. You do owe your court cost, which I said is a little less than $350. How much time do you need to pay that?
At least about 3 months.
90 days?
Yes, 90 days.
Okay, I'll give you 90 days from today then to take care of that.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
you can pay it all at once. You can pay it in little payments. I don't care how you do it, but get it paid by the 90th day.
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't, they add another fee on there, and then they cause another suspension for you,
Yes,
okay?
ma'am. Yes,
I
ma'am.
suggest no more driving unless you have a valid driver's license
Yes, ma'am.
in relation to this matter. You do have the right to appeal. Any questions, sir?
No, no.
Okay. They'll process you and release you later on today. It'll take a little while. Don't drive away from the jail, okay?
I won't.
All right. You have a good day, sir.
You too.
Yes, name, please? Name, please?
Rachel Sanchez.
Joshua Morgan is mental health guard.
Okay, so defense, you want me to roll him till Monday?
Um,
It's just attaching a tag unassigned. State?
can,
He had the tag, it was his tag, he had it on another car and he put it on,
No objection to ROR, Your Honor.
okay,
and Your Honor, we would request an ROR.
okay. So there is probable cause based on the charging affidavit for attaching a tag. Since there's a mental health issue, the state has no objection to an ROR release. So hopefully they can communicate and take care of that, all right?
Can I have the case number, Your Honor?
Sure. I know I've got it somewhere. 2019 CT 462
Okay, thank you.
AO, it looks like. Oh, it's actually 4621, sorry. 4621 AO. I didn't, maybe out of an abundance of caution, I'll appoint the public defender since it's a mental health case. I mean, if he doesn't show up, I don't want capiases being issued for him if he's in treatment. Is that acceptable, State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so
Okay, thank you.
public defender now has a new client, maybe. Got a $50 fee, but he's got 30 days to take care of that. Okay. Now, your name, ma'am, is Rachel Sanchez?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Sanchez, your date of birth?
2/10/81.
Ms. Sanchez, they've got you for driving while license suspended, canceled, or revoked allegedly on June the 20th of 2019. In relation to this particular situation, you don't have a lawyer at the present time, and it looks like it may be a first offense for you, but your driver's license is suspended for convictions for drug charges. Does that sound sort of right to you? You don't know? Okay, that's all right. You don't have to incriminate yourself.
State has no objection to ROR, Your Honor. We just asked for the case number.
How about an offer, since it doesn't appear that she has any, according to the David report that I have?
We won't make
She's got
offers.
a conviction for a controlled substance in 2015, failure to pay, controlled substance in 2013, failure to pay. That's it?
State won't make offers at IAs on
Oh,
track.
I know, okay. So, it's a first offense for you. If you want to resolve it, it would be a withhold time served in court costs, which would be about $300 and something, which I could give you time to pay. And Ms. Sanchez, I do need to let you know that the next time around, if you get caught, you come back to court,
Yes,
they're
ma'am.
not going to give you a withhold. They're going to adjudicate you. You get 3 of these things within a 5-year period, they'll take your driving privilege for 5 years, and you'll be charged with a felony the next time around. So, if you want to do this, you can. If you want to do not guilty, State, you got a statute book over there?
I
She's
do.
charged with 10B1. They didn't, that's not the felony one, is it? Normally, it's 2 or 3 that I see them charged with, not the 10 or the 9.
Upon a first conviction of knowingly driving with his or her license is suspended, revoked, or canceled for any of the underlying violations, a person commits a misdemeanor of the 2nd degree, punishable by Florida
Okay,
statute.
I just normally don't see paragraph 10. I usually see paragraph 2 or 3. Okay, thanks. So if you want to do that, you can. If you tell me you want to talk to a lawyer and see if you can sort all this mess out, then that's fine. I'm prepared to give you a bond, and then you'll have to come back to court on another day.
Wait, so you do an ROR if I?
State, ROR okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, so she's willing to do that. You just have to come back to court. Okay, the first way is you can do the ROR, see if you can sort your driver's license out, come back to court with a valid driver's license and see if the state will give you something. I don't know. Okay, they may not. You can plead guilty or no contest today, takes care of the case, but it gives a withhold that shows on your driving record, and you'd have to pay court costs, which is about $350 or so. So, either way, you'd probably get out today, so it's up to you, whatever you'd like. If you think you can get the license reinstated, you probably want to take the ROR offer and get the license reinstated and see if the state is willing to reduce the charge or drop the charge.
Okay.
Okay, you want to try that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, in relation to this matter, I'll authorize release on own recognizance. What's your address right now? You're living at the Coalition?
Trying to get back in. I'm homeless.
Okay. Then you're gonna need to keep in contact with the court system. When you get out on your ROR, they'll give you a date and time to show back up.
Okay.
You need to make sure you show back up downtown on that date and time. If you don't, they'll issue a capias for you, and then the next time you see a police officer, they're going to arrest you.
Okay.
Okay?
Has the public defender been appointed?
No. Do you want a lawyer to assist you?
I guess, yeah.
You guess?
Yeah.
Okay. You qualify. I'll appoint the public defender to assist you. In relation to this matter, there's a $50 fee for that. If you want to see what's going to your driver's license, when you get out, contact the clerk's office downtown. They can pull up your driving record and tell you how much money you owe or they allege that you owe. You can always ask them if they can put you on a payment plan or something like that. They might be able to, they might not. I don't know. Okay? All right.
All right.
No driving unless you have a
I will.
valid license, and don't miss your court date.
Can I have the case number, Your Honor?
Oh, case number, sorry. Is 2019 CT 4622AO.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Hi, sir, your name, please?
Kevin Donnelly?
Mr. Donnelly. Mr. Donnelly, in regard to your case, you've got what's your date of birth?
5/31/91.
Okay, they've arrested you for trespass on property after warning, specifically the property over on Bumby Avenue. In relation to this matter, state, is there an offer for this gentleman to consider?
Adjudication 3 days, no return.
That was quick, state.
I'm sorry, 2 days. He would get out today.
Okay, let's try again. It's an adjudication,
2 days,
2 days.
credit for 1, no return.
And court cost, obviously.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, does he have priors? Is that why you want the adjudication?
He does not, Your Honor.
Okay, so why you want the adjudication?
I can switch it to a withhold, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Donnelly, you don't live in Florida, right?
No.
Okay. Apparently, you were at a business establishment. They asked you to leave and you didn't leave. Whether alcohol contributed to that or something else contributed to that, I don't know, okay? Right now, it's a misdemeanor charge. That gentleman's with the public defender's office. I'm prepared to give you a bond in relation to this matter if you want to bond out and speak to a lawyer, all right? And if you can't afford a lawyer, I can appoint a lawyer to assist you. There is a $50 fee for that appointment, okay? Since it apparently is a first offense, the state is willing to offer you to resolve it today. A withhold, 2 days, which would mean, why 2 days? You don't want to do overnight date?
No, he would get out today.
Oh, okay. So you would get out today because you got arrested. Did you get arrested last night?
Yes.
No, he got arrested this morning.
But the way they
For one, still gets him out today.
it's how they calculate their
2
credit.
days credit for one. Okay. That's modern math or something?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So 2 days credit for one gets you out today according to corrections. All right?
Okay.
Now, you would have to stay away from Southern Nights and their address. They probably gave you a trespass order, which means you shouldn't go back there anyway. And you would have to pay your court costs. Court cost is what, $280 on a misdemeanor?
323.
Oh.
273 if he doesn't take the PD.
No, he doesn't have a PD yet.
Okay,
So
well,
it's $273 if you don't take the public defender. If you get the public defender, then we don't really resolve it today. You have to come back on another day and resolve it. So you want to take the offer, get it resolved today. Understand you'd have to pay this court cost. You'd have a withhold on your record, which means if you came to court again, the court would know that you got a withhold in relation to it. The other option is to tell me you want to talk to the lawyer, figure out your rights and those types of things, and I'm prepared to give you a bond and let you come back to court on another day and resolve it after there's been some more
I
investigation.
want to resolve it today.
Want to resolve it today? Okay. They're going to hand you a plea form. You need to read it as quickly as you can and sign it. Okay, Mr. Donnelly, are you under the influence of any drugs or any alcohol
No.
here today? Any mental or emotional difficulties?
No.
Do you read and write the English language?
Yes.
Is this your signature on this plea form?
Yes.
Do you understand that when you sign this form, you're telling the court that you understand your constitutional rights, including the right to a lawyer, right to trial, right to present lawful defenses, right to cross-examine witnesses, right to bring in your own witnesses, and you have a right to appeal? You're going to give up or waive those rights, which means you're going to limit your right to appeal and those other things. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Do you have any question about those rights?
No.
Has anybody threatened, coerced, or promised you anything for the plea other than what I offered you?
No.
Do you think it's a good idea to get it over with today?
Yes.
You're not on probation for anything, are you?
No.
And do you understand the consequences if you're not a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Do you want to plead guilty or no contest, sir? Guilty says I did it. No contest is a plea of convenience. It neither admits it nor denies it, just says I want to get it over with.
No contest?
Okay. Sir, the court finds that you understand your pleas for voluntarily enter. There's a factual basis pursuant to the charging affidavit. The court will accept your plea, find you guilty. I'll withhold the adjudication, so there's no conviction this time around. You come back to court, they won't give you withhold next time. You're required to serve 2 days Orange County Jail, credit for 1 day time served, with the understanding that correction says you'll be out tonight. You are not to return to Southern Nights over at 375 South Bumby Avenue. Did they give you a trespass order?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Well, don't return there for a minimum of 30 days.
Okay.
And I would suggest you call and make sure there is not a trespass order, because that would be a lot longer than the 30-day period, okay? You need to pay your court cost, that's $273. How long you need to pay that, sir?
Today?
Let's do this. I'll give you 30 days. You want to pay it today, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay? Any other questions, sir?
No, that's it.
All right. You do have the right to appeal. Must do so in 30 days. If you can't afford a lawyer, one may be appointed for that purpose. Good luck to you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, name, please?
Johnny Little.
Mr. Little. You just didn't hear it. Mr. Little, what's your date of birth?
0405 1997.
Okay. They've got you for resisting officer without violence and possession of other IDs that are not yours. In relation to this matter, they've also got an out-of-county warrant, 2 of them, from Osceola County for you. Now, the Osceola County matter, the bond's already been set at $2,500 and $500. That was a burglary to an unoccupied structure and a grand theft. Okay, corrections, your teletype on that says $3,000. Oh, is the total bond? Count 1 is 2,500 and count 2 is 500. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. So the total bond on that is 3,000. All right. In relation to that, I'm not going to ask you about a lawyer on that one because you need to talk to Osceola County about getting a lawyer. Or do you have one?
I was wondering if my bond is paid while I'm here, will I be able to be released from here, or do I have to be extradited to
Okay.
Osceola?
If you post the bond on the Osceola County matters, you'll be released on the Osceola County matters, and then it's your obligation to get yourself back to Osceola County to take care of those cases.
But I'll be released from here?
If
I
you-
don't have to wait?
Yeah, if you post the bonds.
All right.
But we've got to do something with the Orange County case before you can do anything.
I had a question about that.
Okay?
All right, so in the affidavit of everything that happened,
Hang on just a second. State attorney's sitting right there and everything's being recorded.
Oh, I know.
The affidavit may be incorrect, but in
Oh, no.
order to resolve those issues, you're probably gonna have to take a lawyer.
No, no, no. I'm not trying to resolve any
Okay.
issues.
All right.
I'm just trying to ask the state attorney for fruit of the poisonous tree, for the resisting the arrest and the ID. What was I being arrested for all of that to even take place? You get what I'm saying?
Okay, I understand what you're saying. In relation
And
to
I also
this-
wasn't read my Miranda
Hang on.
rights.
Well, you don't need to be read your Miranda rights unless they're gonna interrogate you.
Oh.
So if I stop you for a driving while license suspended charge, I don't need to read your Miranda. I can just arrest you because that's a misdemeanor charge and you're gone. You know,
Yes,
now if I'm
ma'am.
gonna sit there and ask you, why were you driving? Well, that won't even work either. That's not protected. Why do you have that dead person in the back seat? That might be a problem,
Yes,
okay?
ma'am.
But the other stuff, if they're not gonna interrogate you, you're not entitled to Miranda at that point. All right, so State, do you have an offer on the other two charges?
No, Your Honor.
You don't have an offer today?
No, Your Honor.
Do you have a position in regard to bond?
As is, Your Honor.
Okay, do you want a lawyer to assist you with the two cases in Orange County?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
You do qualify, I'll appoint the public defender, you owe a $50 fee, that's due within 30 days. On the Orange County matters, the resisting is 500 and the possession of the IDs is 100. Don't possess any IDs that are not yours, okay? In relation to this particular matter. Now, that means you'd have to bond on the Orange County matters and the Osceola County matters to get out. If you can only bond on Osceola, but you can't bond on Orange, there's no point bonding on them, because you're still gonna stay here.
Would I be able to do that through the same bonding agency, or do I have to do
Oh,
that?
yeah, the bonding company, as long as you pay their fee, they'll bond you.
Or
But you gotta talk to the bonding company, okay? And you gotta make sure if you do that, that you get back to Osceola County, okay? Keep
yes,
in
ma'am.
contact with the public defender about the two cases you've got here, and good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Hi, sir, your name, please?
James Schwank.
And your date of birth, sir.
10/19 of 1990.
They've got you for an out-of-county warrant. They allege that you had a violation of probation concerning an underlying charge of a concealed weapon by a convicted felon. In relation to this matter, the warrant is out of Highlands County, and you're on a no-bond status at this point. They've also made a note that you appear to be a junior, and there wasn't clarification whether it was a junior or the senior, so
Yes, ma'am.
that's something for you to talk to your lawyer about. Highlands County is what's called, it's not a contiguous county, it's one that is in the area though, so they have a little bit longer to make arrangements to come and get you. They have 72 hours, is that correct, corrections? Okay, so they got 72 hours from when I see you. You got a weekend coming up, so hopefully they'll be able to work that out. If you don't, if Highlands County doesn't get here, you'll be brought back before a judge, and at that point, the judge will determine what they want to do, okay? Any questions?
No, ma'am.
No point in me appointing a lawyer to get to Highlands County, okay?
All right.
Good luck to you, sir. Okay, I don't see anybody else standing in line corrections, so that means we took care of everybody,
Yes, Your Honor.
or at least everybody that you wanted me to see today. Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.